Hey, this is Anney.
And Samantha.
And welcome to Stuff I Never Told You, production of iHeartRadio.
And welcome to our Monday Mini, right before Christmas. It's Christmas times, y'all. It's Christmas times. And there were so many things that I've been thinking about, and we were trying to do less stressful, less sad Monday Minis and happy hours. I think we're trying to keep it happy, keep it light to the new year. And with that, we're also guesting on a show. Ooh, we haven't even recorded it yet, so I'm doing a small teaser. But we decided that we wanted to talk about something that we both love and have talked a lot about. Like, you guys have been with me in my awakening in this specific subject, and it's about pretty much gaming. You know, I was trying to figure out what it was. Am I a gamer? Can I do this? I'm too old for this. And sometimes I still feel that way. But with that, it's a great stress relief. With all the hobbies that I've tried to find, gaming/cozy gaming has been something that really does work for me. And I thought, what better way to start this Christmas week, if you're listening on the Christmas week in 2024, than having a holiday edition of games or gaming and cozy games we would recommend or others would recommend. Right?
Yeah.
Why not?
Yes.
Why not? So we're going to start off because, again, cozy gaming is my thing. And I was trying to figure out how many games have holiday themes. And one of them, of course, is Animal Crossing. And yes, I have ventured on back in my island. I realized I don't have a scarf. Do you have a scarf in your Animal Crossing closet or gloves? Do they offer those? I haven't gotten one. I'm very sad. I've got a beanie.
Oh my!
A crocheted hat, but I don't have.
I don't think they offer gloves
or gloves. Well, that makes sense. The hands, there's really no hands.
Yeah, yeah.
But anyway, all that to say, I need to find a scarf. Can you send me a scarf?
I think when I'm thinking of scarf, though, I'm pretty sure it's attached to
to the jacket.
Yeah.
I've seen towels, and I don't need that. I'm not working out. Anyway, so yes, Animal Crossing is something that does have that season. Lovely trees with the lights, snow, and the crunching of the snow. I did feel very cold, by the way, just watching and playing the game. I haven't gotten any decorations, but someone did gift me a wreath. So my door now has a wreath. Merry Christmas. My house does have a fireplace. I think it has stockings on it.
Oh, nice. Uh-huh.
I might even imagine that. I'm going to have to go back and look. But yeah, so slowly, with Animal Crossing, they do have a lot of festivals and games and themes. So Animal Crossing, of course, is one. And it was all over the sites. Reddit, I did look at Reddit to see what they recommended. Of course, Animal Crossing does have that. And then my personal favorite, Cozy Grove, which I got stuck the other day in between, I just could not get out. I tried to get my partner to get me out, and we just had to turn it off and on. Get it together, Cozy Grove. But with that, they do have a Christmas festival or a winter festival happening, but it doesn't start until December 20th, although it is snowing. But there's no snow on the ground.
Okay. Yeah.
So I don't know what's happening there, but there's snow happening on my island, on my bare island. I think I also had leftover firecrackers from the 4th of July, and it's been a long time since I played, so I set those off. But I don't think that has anything to do with Christmas. Anyway, so the festivities does not happen until December 20th. I will come back and let you know what that is. If you already know what that's going to be, am I getting things? Do I also make a wreath? But anyway, I'm very excited because that is also Christmas themed. So those are two that I definitely will be playing and would recommend. Annie, what do you recommend?
Mine are very, very different.
Yes.
But I guess to segue from yours more smoothly into mine, I would say Kingdom Hearts 2 has a Nightmare Before Christmas level. But it's set in Christmas land and not previously it had been set in Halloween Town. But that's a very fun, pretty, I think Elsa and Anna from Frozen are there. Oh. So that is a fun Christmas thing. It is only one part of that whole game, though. And I think that was a lot of complaints people have is none of these games are just Christmas games.
Right.
But yeah, that one has a very pretty Christmas level. Just for fun, I don't actually recommend this game necessarily. But when I was a kid, I know there are new Grinch games, but when I was a kid, me and my little brother played the PlayStation 1 version. And occasionally we just have fun reminiscing about how we can't really remember the objective, except it was to make people's lives horrible, I guess.
Nice.
So you had a stinky egg shooter, and you'd shoot stinky eggs at people and like get into their house and ruin things. And it's an interesting game. It brings me joy to look back on it. But moving into like things that I thought of off the top of my head. One is Parasite Eve. Parasite Eve
on a lot of lists.
On a lot of lists. It is also a PlayStation 1 game. So if you're somebody who just can't deal with the older graphics or controls, I get you. The story of this game is really great, though. But essentially, you are a detective in New York, and on Christmas Eve, you go on a date with somebody to the opera, and the singer on stage somehow causes everyone to spontaneously combust, except you and your date. And then it turns out she is mitochondrial Eve, and she is able to control people's mitochondria. If you beat the game and then you get to the end, you play again, it turns out she's your sister.
What?
And you're, yeah. Yeah. But it's a really fun game. It's very, very hard. I have not beat it because it's extremely difficult. That damn crab in the sewer. I won't forget. I won't forget. But it takes place over Christmas Eve and Christmas and the day after Christmas, I think. So that's a good one.
Okay.
BioShock, which is more of a New Year's game. BioShock is also a horror game. I've had people tell me it's really scary. Yeah. Sometimes I think I'm desensitized and I'm like, oh, really?
Yeah, I think you are too.
I'm like, what? But that one's really cool because it's like this underground, a bunch of rich people essentially went underground, under the water, and they found out how to give themselves X-Men-like powers. But to do so was very violent, and then they all lost their minds. But they lost their minds on New Year's. So there's a bunch of New Year's decorations all around. They're wearing masks. So that one's fun. And then The Last of Us 2.
Obviously.
Oh, because one of my favorite parts of the game is a Christmas part. And it has like a little mini game that I love. It's got a lot of Christmas lights. It's got eggnog. Once again, it's only one part of a very long game, but if you're in it to win it, there is a Christmas part in there.
If you're in it to win it.
Yeah.
Of course. We have to have that mentioned. With those games, so I looked through to find internet suggestions as well. I'm sure listeners, you're going to have a lot of suggestions for us as well. But Game Rant gave a few that included Parasite Eve as well. But in it, they do have specific ones like The Nightmare Before Christmas, Oogie's Revenge, specific to that, if you need that. Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales. This is what they say about that one. It is another superhero game that takes place around Christmas. It's also set in New York City, just like Parasite Eve. The story centers on Miles making his way home from school to spend time with friends and family over the holidays. Unfortunately, evil has another plan for the new spider hero. I think this was a huge game. Like, if I remember correctly, like it came out really big. Everybody loved it. Like, people missed work to play this game.
Yes, and your partner and I did play it. The sad thing is we only got to the Christmas like market part, and then other stuff came up and we never gotten past that part. But it was very pretty. I remember the market being very pretty and having all the Christmas lights and Christmas tree. But it was a great game. Okay. I've been wanting to play it, finish it.
It's the Christmas. It's time.
It's time.
It's time. They also name Batman Arkham Origins. And we've talked about Batman. We made a Christmas movie episode about Batman too. So obviously, yeah, it says here, Batman Arkham Origins, again, from Game Rant. Batman Arkham Origins reuses the same map as Arkham City, albeit with Christmas-themed makeover and a few tweaks that fit the prequel's setting. These seemingly minor changes actually make a notable difference and then give the spin-off game a charming and eerie atmosphere that sets it apart from the mainline entries. On Christmas Eve, Gotham City becomes a war zone as 8 assassins are hired by Black Mask to take out Batman, who is still a rookie hero by this point in his career. So, mayhem. And there's a lot of evil ones that I've seen. One of them is visceral cleanup detail, and I'm assuming it's in the game, it's not the whole game, but maybe not. Santa's Rampage, and it talks about Santa being on the breaking point and what happens after the fact. And the idea is that they're cleaning up messes. So
yes, I believe that's based on Weird Al's song.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
Okay, that makes sense. And then an old school one from 1994, Days Before Christmas. Do you know this one? It's one of the few games out there that makes Santa a star, Game Rant says. Just before he is about to go around the world to deliver Christmas presents, an evil devil version of himself steals them all. The game is a basic platformer for the 90s, so expectations should be low. Kept fairly low for this one, it says. So there you go. There's a few right there that I've not heard of. Of course, I had to look up specific cozy games because those are different types of games, obviously. And of course, they talk about Dreamlight Valley, which makes sense. I still have not played this game. I still don't know if I want to play this game. I know a lot of people have suggested it. It just feels like an endeavor. Like Animal Crossing was an endeavor on a different level for me that is now still looking like a campground. Night in the Woods, apparently, is a good one for people. It says, this one writer from Isabella Mormon, she wrote this in 2022, so maybe her list has changed, says, not a typical Christmas game by any means. This one is near and dear to my heart. You follow the story about a 20-year-old cat named May Borowski, who was returned to her hometown of Possum Springs after deciding to drop out of college. The rest of the game explores her relationship with the people in her town, with her neighbors, parents, and friends that she left behind. In a visually and highly relatable game with funny aspects, Night in the Woods is a must-play. So, not sure it was Christmas, but maybe there's snow in it. And then, of course, Reddit. Reddit did tell us Animal Crossing was up there. So was Cozy Grove. But then they also talk about Santa Craft and Shatten Toaster. The user, I don't know what this means. I really apologize if I screwed that one up. It says, I highly recommend Santa Craft. It's kind of like a farming game, only it's just 3 hours long. You play as Santa and rebuild the Christmas village. It's charming, the humor is neat, and by the end, you'll 100% feel ready for Christmas. I come from a country that doesn't even do Santa, and that game swept me up. So that's a suggestion. I really do want to check it out. There's one called Marvin's Mittens.
Okay.
And Marvin is trying to find his mittens. And I see a lot of questions like, does Marvin actually win? Does Marvin get his mittens? So there's a lot of questions about Marvin's mittens. But people really seem to love it. Like, I've seen several people saying that. And then Everybody Wham Wham. Do you know this one, Annie?
No.
So Everybody Wham Wham, this is how SteamPowered.com, this is what they say about the game. Everybody Wham Wham is a story-driven winter adventure where you compete to build the best snowman. Build, decorate, and sabotage your way to the festival grand prize. So you have 10 days to build the snowman. You have, I don't know if it's like online. No, it seems like it's just Steam. You make friends, and then you uncover the hidden truth behind the festival. So there's a mystery involved. The graphics are really cute. There's even a dude in a jack-o'-lantern head. I'm sorry, okay. I'm watching little bit pieces of it. So there's a lot out there. There's a lot more. I kind of want to try this Everybody Wham Wham, although it might be too competitive for me, but it looks cute. And yeah, if y'all have ever played these games, let us know. The ones that we had mentioned, the games that are not necessarily Christmas. I will say all my phone games are very Christmas themed right now.
Mm-hmm.
So that's quite a delight to see. But yeah, a lot of holiday gaming. I think we're going to come back and talk about more gaming. We're just going to keep talking about gaming. Oh, I guess this would be a Christina question. Does Stardew Valley have a Christmas portion? Christina?
I did get a kick out of remembering. I didn't mention them because I don't recommend them at all.
No, this is not the recommended list.
No, but it is a fun memory. Home Alone and Home Alone 2 had a video game. They're notoriously really bad. And then there was Die Hard video game that I think people liked but wasn't very good. But there was like Super Nintendo. Those are the old days.
One of the features was a 1990 game, so it's 30 years.
You can get an emulator. Maybe they're good, but I'm pretty sure Home Alone and Home Alone 2 were just bad.
Really? Was it like Lion King bad, where you just constantly die and never make it?
I think it was worse than Lion King bad.
Ooh.
I loved Lion King, but man, oh man, they didn't want you to win. But yes, listeners, if you have any suggestions for this, that would be great. Please let us know. You can email us at stephanieandmomstuff@iheartmedia.com. You can find us on Twitter and Blue Sky at momstuffpodcast, and on Instagram and TikTok at Stuff I Never Told You. We're also on YouTube. We have a TeePublic store, and we have a book you can get wherever you get your books. Thanks as always to our super producer Christina, our executive producer Maya, and our contributor Joey.
Thank you.
And thanks to you for listening. Stuff I Never Told You is a production by iHeartRadio. For more podcasts from iHeartRadio, you can check out the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcast, or wherever you listen to your favorite shows.